All right, Abby.
Good. How are you?
All right, Steve, we can do the pleasantries now if you want. Now that we've gone live.
Hello,
Abby. All right, we are live again. Thank you for joining us on deadline day. It's been madness since 9 o'clock this morning, and we're joined by Abbi Summers, super Tottenham fan. We come to ask her what she thinks of Tottenham's transfer so far, who her favourite signings are, the lot. So, Abbi, how do you think Tottenham have done so far in the window?
I think we've had a great window. I mean, far better than I think any Tottenham fan would have anticipated, considering none of us thought we had any money to spend. Didn't think that he'd back Jose, how he didn't really back Poch. So I'm very pleasantly surprised. I would have liked a centre-back, but I think, like I said to you earlier, I think I'm just being greedy. Would have maybe been like the last piece of the puzzle, but I think maybe it's something we'll do in January. So I think we've got more than enough to carry us at this point. I mean, the firepower we've got is just a joke. So
yeah, I know, and you said it like with a slight bit of smugness. The fact that you've now got Gareth Bale and Harry Kane with Son potentially playing in one team together. If they click, that could be absolutely devastating.
Oh, it's just, if I was a defender, I'd be terrified at that prospect of having them three run at you. Plus, you look at the bench, you've got Steven Bergwijn, you've got Lucas Moura, that can also come off. You're also forgetting Dele Alli. There's just so much up top, which is great. For once, we have a squad and it's like there's depth. Whereas usually we'd have 11 and then we get a massive injury and there's no one to come in. And obviously now we've just signed, I don't actually know how to pronounce his last name, that Carlos Vinicius, however we're saying it. However we're saying it. So now to have an actual, backup striker, another striker, whatever you want to call it, it bodes really, really well for us. And it's something we have not had, as long as I can remember, an actual depth in squad and people pushing each other for places. And you've just seen the last kind of 3 games what competition can do for those players, how much they come on and how much more determined they are in the squad. I mean, Aurier had his best game by a country mile.
It was like a new right back. I couldn't believe it. Bombing up and down, tackling, didn't give away a penalty either. It was like a new player. It
just begs the question: why do you have to have someone there pushing you? You should be pushing yourself. But look, however they want to do it, I don't care. And Ndombele's back in the side, which I'm so happy about because I think that would have just been a huge mistake to get rid of him. He's so talented and he's going to be such a big part of Tottenham, as well as Højbjerg. I mean, great signing. I'd spoken to quite a lot of people, and actually Matt Letizia was one, and he wasn't raving about Højbjerg, and he's a massive Southampton fan, and he said, don't think he's going to really affect the way Tottenham play, but actually that's what Tottenham's been missing since Moussa Dembele left. Someone that comes in, sweeps up, does the dirty work, and now that we're building and rebuilding the squad, he's exactly what we needed.
Yeah, I think sometimes players like that can get overlooked because they're not the glitz and the glam of the stat merchants out there.
Yeah.
But when you've got someone in there that's doing the dirty work, people like Jordan Henderson, Højbjerg is the kind of player that, like you said, Tottenham needed in there.
Yeah, exactly. And it's something that we've missed literally for nearly 2 years since Dembele left. And I mean, Dyer used to do that job, kind of here and there, as did Wanyama. But you're going back like 4 or 5 seasons, and we haven't had someone that can do that and sweep up and allow everyone else to do their job. So you saw yesterday that Højbjerg did all the dirty work. You had Ndombele picking passes. You had even Højbjerg at one point picking passes, and you had Sissoko as kind of like the engine room. And you forget you didn't even have Lo Celso in that team. Harry Winks wasn't in that team. Doherty wasn't even in that team. So you think there's just so many things that are going well for Tottenham at the moment. And it's been such a last season was so long, and everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. And you would never have thought that Pochettino would have got the sack, and you would never have thought that Harry Kane would have been out for such a long period of time. Son, they all had so many injuries. So to kind of come back, start a new season in a really positive way, and actually playing good football, because that was everyone's main concern with Jose, and I definitely wasn't buying into it at all. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm easily being swayed at the minute.
Well, what do you think the turnaround was? Because at one point it did seem like Spurs were not going to spend any money. We were hearing that only 3 transfers and possibly loans are coming in. But what do you think was the turnaround where Tottenham are actually spending some money now?
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, I think Jose is really probably gone to Daniel and said, "It's like, this is your chance. You have me as a manager. You either want to win something or you don't." I mean, realistically, this is our best opportunity at winning trophies. If Jose can't do it, then I actually don't know who will be able to do it.
I don't know whether Simon's paused as well.
Oh, did we cut out him for a sec?
Yeah, it did. It did.
Yeah,
it did.
Can you hear me, Abby? I don't think no one can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you, Steve.
I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Did we cut out?
Yeah, it cut out. It cut out at the point where you were saying this is the one opportunity you could win a trophy.
Anybody since we started.
Have you not,
Apart
Steve?
from you, Abby, if you can hear me.
I think she's got a timer every minute. Going to say, "Do we cut out?"
I can hear you now.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know
Steve,
where.
problem good.
All right. Yeah. So got rid of Steve, and now you're working again. You was just saying this is a prime opportunity for Tottenham to actually win a trophy.
Yeah, and I think that Jose's obviously gone and said to him, "You brought me in for a reason. My resume kind of speaks for itself. You've got to back me," because Pochettino was sitting there telling everyone we needed a big rebuild. I think it was very clear for everyone to see. And for whatever reason, he didn't want to back Pochettino, and all of a sudden he's got this money that he can, spend on wages and spend on bringing all these players in this big rebuild that we've needed. So I don't know what's changed, but I'm very happy it's changed, and it just makes you far more positive going into the season ahead. And like I said, my biggest worry with Jose was the football we were going to play. But since that kind of game against Sheffield, where it was really like rock bottom, and then we had Bournemouth and didn't have a shot on goal, that was definitely the turning point. Because after that, we went on quite a good run towards the end of the restart. And then bar Everton, when again it looked a little bit ropey. Since that second half against Southampton, I don't know what's happened. They've just decided to go and play football. And with all the attacking players Tottenham have on their side, there is no excuse for playing, shitty football. You've got to play good attacking football, and that yesterday was just, outstanding. However bad United were, Tottenham were really good yesterday.
Yeah, I think it's very easy to turn around and say that Man United were awful, but Tottenham still have to turn up in that game, and they more than did that yesterday. You must have been ecstatic.
Going 1-0 down as well, especially how sometimes the mentality side of it with us, we kind of tend to crumble. But I think that's the biggest thing that Mourinho's instilling, is putting that mentality in the players. Fight for every ball, fight for each other. And I think that it was there for quite a long period of time, and it was always that, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Like Tottenham getting to so many finals, getting to big moments, and then never actually any of it coming to fruition. And I think you just saw their confidence go down and down and down. And whether it needed a fresh start in general, manager, team, everything, it now looks like they're kind of believing again. And that they all want to fight for each other, and they know what they can achieve this season, because the squad we've got, it's absolutely achievable to go and win. I'm not saying necessarily the league, but I'm saying definitely to win the Europa League or win an FA Cup or Carabao Cup or something like that.
Yeah, it's about time to put a trophy in the cabinet, because that's what Mourinho's there for. And a trophy will instill that winning mentality, and once you go on there, you can kick on from there.
Yeah, they always say the first one's the hardest to win. So a lot of people knock the Carabao Cup, but come December, you're already in the quarterfinal. Like, I'd be more than happy to win a Carabao Cup and an FA Cup this season and finish fourth. That's a massive success for us. From the fact we haven't won anything in 12, 13 years. Like, you don't care what cup it is. If it's a legitimate cup, you take it.
Exactly. Who's been your favourite signing for Tottenham so far this window?
Well, I mean, look, the obvious one would be to sit there and say Bale, but I'm yet to see him play. For me, it'd be Reguilon, because I think from what I've seen of him so far, he's just phenomenal. Like, so much pace. He's literally like
he's rapid, isn't he?
He's rapid, and we used to play like that. We played like that with Kyle Walker and Danny Rose, and obviously, again, we never replaced them. And to have fullbacks are such a massive part of football nowadays. So to have someone like him who's just absolutely going for it, whipping balls in for fun. He wants to be involved. You can see he's so passionate already for it. I love that. And I also really like Højbjerg. He wasn't my favourite. I thought, again, like kind of an average signing, but I like a player that kind of goes onto the radar and just like gets the job done. So far, they're my two favourites, but I'm sure that Bale will quickly overshadow that.
I'm finding it very hard to see a weakness in your side at the minute, Abby. I mean, your defence with Reguilon and Doherty was unbelievable signing. The defence with Sanchez has improved. We were saying earlier, and we were talking to Jamie, that when these new signings have came in, it's lifted the ones who maybe weren't performing at the time.
Yeah.
And there isn't. I can't see a weakness. I mean, that's from the outside looking in, midfield, forwards, defence. I mean, do you feel that there's still something you need?
I think our one weakness is defence. I mean, I think Sanchez has come on leaps and bounds, especially since Jose's been there. I mean, obviously he gave away a penalty yesterday. It was a bit stupid, but I think that he's come on so much in kind of the last year or so. But for me, I'm not entirely sold on the partnership of him and Dyer. I think we'll see less and less of Toby as the season goes on, because I think the whole point of getting him to sign that new deal was that he just simply didn't go on a free. At the same time as Vertonghen. I mean, it's great to have that experience in the side and with the depth and the rotation that we're going to need. But for me, I'm just not sold on the Dyer Sanchez partnership yet. I mean, that could change. They look pretty good yesterday, but I'm just not sold yet on it.
Yeah, there's. I mean, the window's not shut, so there still could be hope. But I think the Milan's Skriniar deal looks like it's gone cold on that one. But I think that's gone cold. I think that'll be something they maybe revisit in January, unless they go and get Rudiger. But I think if they really wanted Skriniar, just kind of wait. I don't think Rudiger's going to change that much between what we've got at the minute. So
is Jonathan Tanganga ready for centre back? Is he not ready for centre back? Jonathan Tanganga, could he come in and start? Because he's a good player. I like him.
Yeah, Tanganga's great, and he's someone that, I mean, every Spurs fan is just like 100% rooting for. He was out injured for quite a long time, and I think he was in the squad. He played one of the games this week or last week. I think he played against Maccabi Haifa. So I think after international break, we'll probably see more of him. So look, it wasn't necessarily a complete necessity to go and get a centre back, but for me, I just would have wanted another centre back just to kind of replace Vertonghen. But I don't think it's the be all or end all at the minute. But I think that it'll be a position that we probably do go for in January or definitely review. But he loves Eric Dyer, so he's more than happy to play Eric Dyer in that position, which technically is his natural position. So it's just how long he can kind of be good in that role. But he hasn't been too bad.
Yeah.
So how long do you think it will be until Bale the world gets to see Bale and hopefully he's at his best again?
I would expect to see him straight after international break.
Yeah.
If not starting, I'd expect him off the bench, because I mean he's been training, and I think that I was reading something today about Sonny's. Obviously, he's not got any international duty, so he'll be at the training ground training alongside Bale, alongside Carlos. So I would expect to see him on the bench next game. Really. Are
there any words coming out that he's looking sharp? He's still got it.
Not yet. No, I think it's too early for them little leaks to come out. It'll be a few days just before he's due to be on the bench. But I mean, he's definitely still got it. He's only 31. People talk about him as if he's 39 and finished and got no pace. Like, the guy's been sitting on the bench at Madrid, and that's only purely for the fact that Zidane wouldn't pick him. He gets into every single team, like pretty much around the world. So he's got such a point to prove as well. He wants to come back. He wants to revitalise himself, and he'll probably be here next season as well, not just the 1 year loan deal. I'd expect him to be here for 2. So I don't think he's finished by any stretch. I mean, you talk about Aubameyang, who's 31, and no one says he's finished. So for me, Bale's absolutely not finished, and he can play in far more positions, than Aubameyang can. He can play up top. He can play on the left, the right, in the middle. So whatever kind of suits him and works for him. But I mean, at the minute, it's not like we're missing him too much. No, you're doing really well. All right, Abbi, thank you for coming on today and giving your opinions on everything Spurs. We'd love to have you back on the show at any time you want. But yeah, thank you again for coming on. You are so welcome. Thanks for having me. I think I'm actually on with you on Sunday.
Yeah,
am I,
you are.
Steve?
You
On
are.
Sunday.
You are.
Yep.
You are.
Abby, yep.
You are.
Yeah. So
on the Spurs edition. We're looking
on the
forward to
Spurs
that.
edition. Yes,
On the
that'll be
Spurs
good.
edition.
More
Cool.
more Spurs. What more could we want? More Spurs.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Thanks for that again, Abby.
You're welcome. Take care.
Cheers, Abby. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Yeah.
Boom.
Abby Summers joining us next week.
My questions just went west. I'm like trying to wait till one of you start talking so I can say something. And he's like, "Oh, Kieran's just asked what I were going to ask." And then when I said something, Steve turned up and I went, "Right, fair enough, I'll just watch
Well,
again."
it's all right, Si. Save it for Sunday.
We should do a sign. We should do a sign.
We've got Abby and Jamie
here together.
Abby and Jamie on Sunday's show. We'll make sure we throw a little bit of player analysis from Jerome, and I'm sure it'll be an excellent show. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled and stick your notifications on. Okay, let's have a little rundown of what's happened in the transfer market so far today. Okay, let's go. A little mini transfer roundup. Hey, a little transfer roundup. Go on, kids. Why not?
He has to get it in.
Here we go. A little transfer roundup. Alex Telles is a Man United player. He signed a 4-year deal with an option of a 5th. Official announcement imminently. Oh, wow. That's just literally just popped up now. Fabrizio Romario. All right. RB Leipzig have signed Roma's Justin Kluivert on a season-long loan with an option to buy next summer. Wolves have signed Ruben Vinage on a season-long loan from Olympiacos. Chris Smalling's move to Roma is off. The Syria side prefer a loan and has now been offered Antonio Rudiger. Bruno Sarr signed a 4-year deal with Bayern Munich. The announcement, 10 million euro fee. And Michael Cousins, who's meant to go to Leeds, who had a medical, and the deal was broke down as signed on a season-long loan has completed a move to Marseille. Davy Klaassen has re-signed for Ajax. Ousmane Dembele didn't train today. Apparently, it's because he was sick. Fulham has signed Joachim Anderson from Lyon for €1 million. Douglas Costa has signed from Bayern Munich on a season-long loan that's been completed. Ismail Assar is in talks with advanced negotiations with Manchester United over a move. Malak Sarr is signing for Porto on loan from Chelsea. Breaking news: Arsenal have informed Madrid that they will intend to pay Thomas Partey's release clause. That's from Charles Watts, but Helen Balagay said that Arsenal had not informed anyone that it's done the release clause. Thomas Partey has informed Madrid. So not only is this say Arsenal has informed Madrid from Charles Watts, it also says that Thomas Partey has informed Madrid that they will be breaking the release clause. And and someone else says no one's told Madrid. Does anyone believe Madrid right now?
No,
because it says two credible sources have turned around and said, one says Arsenal told Madrid, the other one says Thomas Partey's told Madrid. That's what you've got to do anyway. Well, you don't have to, but you've got to inform the league. And then someone says no. So I don't believe Atletico Madrid. I just feel like they're sulking in the situation, which they don't have any right to sulk because they weren't willing to negotiate, and you've got a minimum release clause there, so you're out of it. Deulofeu was signed for Udinese. Gerard Deulofeu. Everton have made contact with Tottenham and Manchester United over the signings of Sergio Romero and Paulo Gazzaniga. They want they want a challenge for Jordan Pickford. Theo Walcott is close to agreeing a loan move. He's moved, isn't he? He's gone, isn't he? He's gone Southampton. Theo Walcott's gone Southampton.
Yeah.
Man United have signed Ahmed Toure for 30 million. Edison Cavani's gone to Manchester United. It's been a mad day, people. It's been a mad day. So, biggest signing so far, the transfer window on today. Don't say Thomas Partey, Simon, because it's not happened yet. What one are you excited to see out of the lot? Go on, Steve.
Oh, what? I thought you were talking to.
Well,
they're all very similar. I'm excited for the Theo Walcott one to Southampton.
Back home, innit?
I'm really interested to see what, if he can, and I hope he does, what he can do. And I think the fact that he's gone back home, like you just said, the fact that he's going to be playing regular is something that I'm going to be excited to see. And the other one I'm really excited to see is Edison Cavani, the Manchester United one. That's a big one, and I'm going to be interested to see how he does.
Yeah. Simon, what are you looking forward to seeing? It's good signing so far. It's been a busy day, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been a busy day.
I'm sitting here sweating.
I don't
still
think
6 hours to go.
I still think some more deals could happen, depending on.
Sounds like I can't speak just in case I say the wrong thing. God. All right, guys. We're going to be on back on 8:45. Sorry. We're going to be joined by Stevie Grieve of Dundee United and potentially Roshan Thomas. Hopefully, we after that we'll be getting on Simon Edwards, South American expert. He's going to be talking about any transfers happening in South America at the moment. And we're going to be with you every step of the way till the transfer deadline day is shut. If you get any information, we'll be going live, putting it straight on Twitter or going to one of our socials. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow all of them. Thank you very much for joining us so far, everyone. Hold on. Will any other players be coming in apart from Partey? Well, we've been told that Arsenal are working full throttle to get 2 more signings in. I haven't got names yet. All right, I know you're asking for names, but we haven't got names yet. Potentially, I think they don't want to tell us the names because they don't want it out there. Don't want any deals sort of compromising. You know what I mean? Don't start getting that out. So
probably depends on outgoings though as well.
Yeah, things will depend on outgoings. We've got to remember people. We've got outgoings have to happen as well. I know for a fact that some of these deals could be massively reliant on even the slightest things like Kolasinac going, getting that Leverkusen deal over the line, because there's still a few things to tie up in it. As with all contracts, medical's prepared, I think it is, but final things to tie up. I think Arsenal are going to start easing up on their stance on a few things to make deals go through. So watch this space. Hopefully we should have some information to you soon. But remember, there's still plenty of time for the transfer window till it closes.
6 hours and 7 minutes.
6 hours and 7 minutes, people. All right. Thank you for joining us again, guys. We'll see you at 7:45. Catch you soon.